So I thought, just for a little bit of something to start off reflecting on, I would reflect a little bit more on the mid-month video that went out about being in the flow, going with the flow. And just to say a little bit more about the flow as what is natural, as opposed to what is exceptional. Often in popular culture, and certainly in personal development fields, the idea of being in the flow, being in the zone, is portrayed as an exceptional state of mind, a rare, if you like, state of mind that needs to be cultivated. And in personal development, there are many strategies and techniques to get into the flow. But what I invite you to explore is that the flow is experienced when the opposite happens, meaning when the sense of me is not trying to get into a state, is not trying to get into a state. That in fact, the experience called being in the zone, being in the flow of life, where there is a sense that life is falling into place, there is a sense of effortlessness and grace. We don't need to be a top athlete or artist to experience this flow state. It can happen in daily life as effortlessness and ease. That this experience of being in the flow is always available because it is what is always happening in reality. A metaphor for reality is life is a river. Life is like a river. And like a river, it's always flowing. And it's always flowing in the direction we want to go, meaning it's always flowing to the sea. It's always flowing home. It's always flowing in a way that will deliver us what we want. That is the reality of life. That is the truth about life. This is the way of the mystic to understand that reality and live it moment to moment. Even when a river is iced over, there are shifts and minute changes happening within that ice flow. And there is a level of exchange happening where under the ice there is a flow occurring. So even when it appears that a river is not going anywhere, there is a tremendous dynamic occurring. The flow state is to be aware of what is happening now, and for there not to be any resistance to what is happening now. When there is no resistance to what is happening now, what is happening now is happening freely. Resistance to what is happening now is created when what is happening now is viewed from the viewpoint of our conditioned mind. The conditioned mind perceives what is happening as either good, bad, right or wrong, hot, cold, up or down, etc. The conditioned mind never views what is happening without an opinion. And even when the conditioned mind is viewing what is happening as a good happening, resistance is in the mix because there is resistance to the good thing going away. So to experience being in the flow is to allow the psychologically constructed self to fall away. to allow the measuring stick of the good, bad, right or wrong to fall away. And that falling away occurs when the belief, I am a person in a body and I am the doer, when those beliefs fall away. When the belief, I am a person in a body and I am the doer, falls away, so does the viewpoint of this is good, this is bad. And then what is happening is experienced without a good, bad, right or wrong up against what is happening, if you like. There is simply what is happening being experienced for what it is. Neither good nor bad. It is simply what it is. And I am not doing it, and I don't need to try to do anything about it. The moment the thought comes in, I need to do something to stay in the flow, is the moment the experience of the flow becomes distorted. The flow state is where the psychologically constructed self is no longer believing it to be in control of what is happening. And then the potential to experience being lived by life, the flow of life, the source of life is possible. And that is the peak experience. It is not my peak experience or I am having a peak experience. It is the nature of life. It is our true nature being experienced. And that experience of being lived by life can happen in the most mundane of moments. Weeding the lawn, doing the dishes, not simply on a tennis court or in an artist's studio. This is what's available for all of us. Okay, I'm going to pause there. So, as always, this reflection is simply a conversation starter. And it's not at all any kind of pointing how the conversation is to unfold today. The flow right now is what is happening right now, experienced right now, here now. The flow that you're in, whether you're experiencing it as a flow without any commentary, or whether you're experiencing some kind of discomfort with what is happening, either way, there is a revelation to experience a deepening of reality. Either way, there's on offer an invitation to experience a dropping away of the psychologically constructed reality, to experience the truth. So whatever you're experiencing is a revelation of the flow when you enter into inquiry.